Hey there, are you ready to supersize your IDEANCE process yet? I might have to say that again since my video chopped out. IDEANCE process, step 6 today, C for celebrate. What are we celebrating? We are celebrating communication growth in the area that we're working on this month. This month we're focusing on communication and making our communication more clear, concise, better, more honest, more authentic, more real, more in connection with what our ideal clients want to hear. And we do that by applying the IDEANCE process. We're going to apply the IDEANCE process, IDEANCE, I know it's a made-up word, to every one of the 9 main areas of our life. And they're also the 9 main areas of our business. They can be applied to our business. They can be applied to our life. They can be applied to anything because they are used to put a framework and some structure around what otherwise can be really chaotic and hard to manage and hard to understand. It can be actually overwhelming, right? Anybody ever felt overwhelmed by life? I know I certainly have. So today we're talking about, we're brainstorming, we're thinking about what are ways that we can celebrate growth. I'm personally working on my personal brand, and every time I make a step toward creating the personal brand that I want to have out in the world, because in all this time online, I haven't done that. In all this time offline, I never did it. I just was always me. Well, me doesn't make a great personal brand. So I committed to this year really honing in and figuring it out and creating a personal brand, not who I am as a business person or for each of my different businesses, but who am I overarching and overall, and how do I want to show up in the world? So every time I do something toward creating that and making decisions and choices on that, realizing, and I think part of why I've never done it is I always felt like once I did it, I could never change it. How ridiculous is that? I know people that have rebranded 5 and 6 times in the time that I haven't done a single one. So done with the excuses, done with making up stuff or reasons why I can't do it or shouldn't do it or haven't done it yet. Because there's always plenty of those, right? We can always make up excuses for things, or we can just bite the bullet and get it done. I like metaphors and I like idioms, and bite the bullet is always a great one in my humble opinion, right? All right, so what are we doing today? We are going to celebrate some area of communication, specifically the area of communication that we're working on right now, progress or growth in that. If we're filling the gap at all, we're finding a way to celebrate that somehow. And it can be anything that you want, anything that makes you feel good about growing and building and supersizing your business. Why? Because we want to feel good about it, so we keep on doing it. All right, any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll, of course, be celebrating and be with you tomorrow. Bye.